Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the Kat Mak Talk Show where we talk about anything that matters, whether it's sales, marketing, showcasing women that have a voice to empower you to do more. And today I have Samantha Grider, and Grider. Yes, Samantha, I've got it right. And she is the confidence queen. She's going to talk all things confidence and thereabouts. And you know what? When it comes to the Cat Mac talk show, it may just go off a tangent and we might just talk anything that matters. Because as women, our brain goes like this, and sometimes we're just going to roll with it. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, I am so blessed to have my first guest that has a beautiful toddler and one on the way. So Samantha is one, and I said, one toddler, and you're due in December the 10th. So that would be what, three quarters? I don't know, nearly there,
Oh,
nearly
at
baked.
least halfway. Yeah,
At least
nearly there.
I nearly have, yeah, actually, you're right. Because I could never, I have one child. I never got the 28-week thing. It just never worked for me. I don't know, maybe it's my brain. I never got oh, so how many weeks are you? And I'm like, I don't know.
And some days I can barely remember my own name. It's like, let alone how far along I am.
Baby brain fog. Is it actually a thing? I don't know. Maybe. Don't know. I think it is.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
think.
yeah.
I don't know. Is it? Do you
Oh,
get brain
yeah.
fog?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And in the times when, I fall out of my habits, I fall out of my self-care, of course it gets foggy. It's like, what am I? Who am I? Where am I
Where am
going?
I? What am I doing? Where am I at? Should I be here? Should I not be here? What day is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Thank
Yes.
God for scheduling.
Oh.
Whoever invented scheduling and taught us scheduling, my best friend.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
That and
how's
the
it
to-do
going?
list.
And the to-do list. Yeah, yeah. They go part and parcel. And you know what? I will talk about that in a second. I want to ask you this. Building your brand and your business, because I've been following you for a little, you're like a firecracker, right? So you just got off a live doing your own jam, and we're going to put all the socials up there for you, which is all cool. And how are you managing to build a brand, building your business, your jam, your confidence coaching, women's empowerment thing, so you can make us be amazing? And that word doesn't even exist. I just made it up.
It is now.
Um,
Yep.
Probably does. I don't know. English language, perhaps. Who cares? We'll just make
Yeah.
it as we
It's
go.
a word now. Yeah.
Here's the word. How are you managing a toddler and half baked, and
Oh,
building your brand as you are? Because you're a little powerhouse. How do you do it?
thank you. Thank you. I like to call my business my first child. And then I have my 13-year-old dog who's my teenager, and then the toddler and growing a baby. I'm like, oh, keeps me out of
The
trouble, you know?
teenager. Oh my God, I'm writing that one down. The teenager, because I will write notes as I go. So the
Oh, good. Yes.
teenager, yeah. So how are you doing it?
Intuitively, really, it's all about, and what biggestly, I'm most passionate about is that self-talk, really, because for so long I had a really mean, negative, judgmental, and it was really other people's labels on myself. And so over the years, I've learned to really listen inward and take it all in and kind of be an observer of my own self, a scientist in a way, I guess, an adventurer more so, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Our minds can be deep, dark places. And it's about stoking that intuition because no, I don't have a ton of energy every day. And no, I don't want to do everything every day. However, there's a lot I do want to do. And I loved what I get to do and coming alongside women and I've been passionate about brain since I can remember. I personally have dealt with the mental health struggle and the roller coaster And I got to watch my mother in the early and mid 90s deal with a bipolar diagnosis and seeing
Wow.
her struggle through that and through the unsupportedness that she had in that time. And so that really gave me a lot of like, okay, I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about women and their hearts and things. And so now I get to use everything I talk about, which is listening inwards. Does this feel good? Probably not. Sure, there's things I have to do, like paying bills, making content, things like that, that aren't as comfortable. Although, if I intuitively do it, I can do it. Oh,
What
oh,
happened
there we
there?
go. Sorry about that. I got a call really fast.
That's all right.
No, not right now. And
That
I can
happens.
do it with a an intuitive, a thoughtful process for myself. I know that the word aligned gets thrown around a lot, and I might not use that word, but it does really well describe what we're talking about because alignment
Okay.
is different for each person. Yeah.
Okay, so you really are the story of pain to empowerment. You really have a story where you're painting the picture, Samantha. You're saying that, you know what? For a while, and I will admit it as well, and sometimes it happens, and we got to pull ourselves back. I sucked. I sucked. I sucked. And how did you pull yourself out of that? I'd like for you to break that down because is that how your business was born? Is that how
Yes.
you found? Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
share with me the story to empower somebody else that is feeling the same thing. Because I dare say
cool.
you are not alone. And
Yeah.
the word alignment is, yes, thrown around. I get it, right? Alignment. We can just go into Chat GPT and go, "Oh, Chat GPT, what's another word for alignment? Okay, well, it's me, it's you. But, you know, to align yourself with other people. Yes, it's used, but find me another word, people on this talk show, and we will change that word.
Yes.
However, for the purpose of
Yeah.
today, works perfect. So talk to me.
Yeah. 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 Finding that alignment for myself, it was a long journey. It was a path. It was about letting go of my old ideas of what I thought it should be like and starting to look at, maybe not accept quite yet, but starting to look at new ideas. So I started my journey way back in college and I studied psychology. However, it wasn't right for me. Something wasn't right. Something didn't taste well. And I threw it all away. I just said, drop that hot potato. And I went out into hospitality and I worked in hospitality for 15 years. And I had the comfort of, 9 to 5, tell me what to do. However,
You're so
I kept
people. I could so see it.
getting I kept getting bored though. See, there was always a point, Kat, that I I was at my limit. I learned everything and I supported everything and I was wholeheartedly behind it, but it wasn't quite where I was going. It's not like I was going to take their business from them, right? So I kept going and I kept trying a new thing. I kept trying a new thing until I found self development. And I started listening to like Gary Vee, Lisa Bilyeu, Tom Bilyeu. I love those two people. All the self empowerment. Brene Brown. I love what she talks about.
Love
And
Brene Brown.
yeah, and then those little voices in my ears started to be like, there's something more. It's you keep going, keep pushing. And having myself struggled for quite a long time with this question of who am I? What's my purpose? Like, what am I here for? Why am I taking up air? I'm taking a lot of it.
Why am I taking up air? Mm,
Yeah. And their little voices got me to keep opening more doors. Like, what's behind here? Okay. What's behind here? Oh, what's this entrepreneurship door? Okay. Own my own business. But when I first started hearing that, Kat, I was like, no, no, no. You're never gonna find me owning my own business. Never. And here we are 5 years later.
Okay, continue on because I'm going to ask you a
Yeah.
question later
Yes,
about
yes,
that.
yes. It was all of these. So it was those voices and trying new things and pushing myself out of my comfort zone that got me to start thinking about these ideas of there's something different.
Mhm.
And then I kept trying on different hats of like, okay, well, maybe I want to get into this business. And I
Mhm.
got into an MLM.
Mhm.
And I was like, ooh, that's not for me. That's for someone else. And that's totally cool. And from there, that's where I discovered coaching. And what coaching, I started out in health coaching, honestly, actually, because I love food. But I found that I could connect all of the resources that I've been using over the years into something that I could gift to someone else because I'm so passionate about sharing light. It's a dark world. Life happens. And it happens hard some days too. So we all know
It
that.
does. We've got to
Yeah.
acknowledge that. I'm not
Yeah.
all bells and whistles 24/7. However, I am most of the time
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
choose to be that way. I don't want to be dark.
Exactly.
Makes me feel like crap.
Exactly. That's the exactly what everything that I'm saying is it became my uncomfortableness became so uncomfort that I needed to get out of the comfort of my discomfort.
You're talking my language. Yeah.
It got to that point where I was like, Brene Brown has a point. There's a reason. All these people, they have a reason why they're saying what they're saying. Maybe I could try it. And
Yeah.
in that trying, that snowball effect happened of like, oh, this feels way better. Okay, okay. And yeah, and the snowball effect of self-development that is a blessing and beautiful and also raw and real and sometimes too.
Scary. Because I was going to
Yeah.
ask you, so because you mentioned, oh my God, entrepreneurship. Seriously, I ain't doing this. I'm not owning my own business. No, no, not doing this, not doing this. Why?
The labels. For years, I labeled myself as shy, incapable, not sporadic, but like unorganized, not confident enough. Oh, I'm not a people person. That's a good one I said. Even though I just worked 15 years in hospitality.
I'm like, hang on a second. I am ex-retail operations. I managed quite a large portfolio across 3 continents. I would hire you in an instant, in an instant. I'm like, this girl
Yeah.
needs to be on the floor. She needs to be managing stores. She can make thousands a second. Why? Because your eyes have fire.
I love that. Yeah, yeah. I can't, I've always said this, and that's part of why I kept moving through different jobs, different kitchens, different things was I do everything with 110%. I might only have 10% that day, but I give 110% of that 10 I have every day. And that's yeah, that's just kind of me,
Yeah,
I think.
that's so key. And sometimes I don't give 110%.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it
that's
happens.
that's really a key to success. It
Yeah,
really is, isn't it?
yeah.
So
Yeah,
when
and
you
it's
continue,
oh,
because
I was
that's
just
all
gonna add,
yours.
it's that little thing that gets us to go on the days we don't want to go.
What do you do on the
Yeah.
days where you don't want to go? How do you,
Mm,
um, what would you tell your clients to do?
mm.
What would you
Listen,
say to them? Listen.
listen, definitely. Because first of all, every feeling you're feeling is valid and it might not be right. My feelings of not liking paying my bills, totally valid. However, it doesn't mean I don't pay my bills. The feeling is valid. It's a good feeling. We can listen to it, we can learn from it, and it's not my everything. It doesn't have to be the thing that changes my day or uh, stops me from doing things. Yeah, listen inwards. And it's in that listening inwards, I feel like, and from my experience of working with women, I see how when we stop and we observe the feeling, we can learn so much from it besides, I'm upset or I'm angry or I hate this or whatever that initial feeling is. And there's something behind it of like, oh, I hate paying my bills because I want to go to on a vacation or like seeing money or whatever is valid
Oh,
for
my
you.
money mindset was crap because mine was.
Yeah,
Mine was.
yeah.
I'll admit it. And that comes from my mum.
Right here too.
I'll admit it. And sometimes I fall into the, vortex of, and once I start thinking that way, money doesn't flow. And I'm like, oh, I'm the master manifestor when it comes to getting money. And I'm like, why did I just block that? What was I thinking? What the?
Yep, yep.
So
That
simple.
old language. It just comes up like a
My mum used to
spiders or
always, my mum forever and a day would say, we have no, Katerina. My background's Greek. Katerina, we have no money. We have no money. Stop spending money. Stop spending money on crap. Stop spending money. Stop. And I'm like, we so have money. And looking back, this is me when I was a kid. When I grew older and understood this stuff, and let me tell you, it was in my 30s, 40s, 30s and 40s, because I just used to make a ton load of money and spend a lot of money because my mum said we don't have any. So I spent everything, did this,
yes.
just went everywhere. And I realized, oh my God, mum was talking her own language. We so had money. How did she do all the, I'm like, oh wow, that was her money, crappy money mindset that she passed on to us. And yeah, and on a silver platter with feta
Yep.
cheese.
Oh, the one that really gets me is you have to work hard for your money.
Yes, you don't.
Who, who, who said that?
Who said that?
You, you, mom, dad.
And I worked really hard. I was a workaholic. Yeah,
Mm,
bad
yes, me too.
trauma.
Oh, yes.
How did you
So
how did
yeah.
you get over that? The workaholism and a thing.
Um, Kicking and screaming. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I crashed and burned.
Really, yeah, yeah. I had to break down my ideas of what I thought working was
Mhm.
in order to reestablish or like rebuild this I not this idea, but my Samantha's idea of what it means to make money. Because even now, I had other coaches, I have social media in my ear, and then add on the decades of language from people, parents, family, random people. And it took breaking all that down and then redefining it for myself. And I feel like we should all constantly be redefining it because we're evolving from 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. And it's not just an age thing. I don't want to be ageist. It's about season. Like the trees outside aren't always green. I don't
Seasonal.
have to always
Yes.
be green.
There's me wearing green. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, speaking of, yeah.
It is seasons. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah. And
is
it took
seasons.
seasons of letting go. And here's a big one that I see is not allowing ourselves to grieve. Because I think grieving may get this idea of, oh, I'm gonna bawl, I'm gonna spend time, I'm gonna and have to separate. And it's like, no, you can be in process of grieving who you were yesterday, who you thought you would be as a business owner, who you used to see your parents as. Like, I got goosebumps on all those. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many things that we can grieve the feelings of. And like I was saying before, it's all info. It's all feedback from our bodies, from our guts, from our hearts and brains, our insides to help us to create the direction that's right for you in this moment in this part of your life. And I'm so about that pivot. You don't need to change. You're freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Let's pivot a little so it feels good. So it's like there's that word. So it's back in alignment for you.
Oh my God. So that would be, I was going to ask you, well, what would you actually tell our viewers out there? But you know what? I think you just hit it. Yeah. Allow
Yeah.
yourself to grieve. Would love to
Oh,
have you back on to share your craft and show your little magic because I know you are impacting the world and making a change for women out there that have experienced similar things as you have, because everybody has a story to tell. And you empowering others from your trauma is what makes you amazing.
thank you. Thank you. That's a
So, Samantha,
beautiful gift.
thank you so much for being on. I will have you on again because you have wisdom to share. And oh, I would love to have the bub in tow as well. Be
Yes.
really cool.
Not long at all. Oh my gosh.
That would be so cool. Oh my God, because I'm a December baby too. Oh my God, that'd be so cool. Thank you so much. Have an awesome morning,
Thank you.
awesome afternoon, awesome evening. Bye for now.